Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Accurate Opinions with Hope and Dwayne. As many of you may know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So, our topic today is mental health and social media. Dwayne, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. It's been a moment since we chat. All is well with you?
Oh, we're doing pretty good.
Good. So, well, let's get to it. Mental health and social media. In your opinion, is there a direct correlation?
I didn't think so until I started. I think I was at work, and I was watching a show, and it's funny at work watching a show, right? I was at work, and then on my break, I was watching the show. Let me clarify that because I drive 18-wheelers, so yeah, you don't want to be, watching a movie while you're driving down the road. But
we thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Anyway, I was watching a show, and I think it was a Trevor Noah show. I watch his show a lot, and he was saying that social media is affecting how people feel about themselves. So that's when I contact you. I was like, let's sit down and talk about this thing.
Yeah, I think it's a good topic, and we do want to definitely say that we realize that it's a sensitive topic. You know, a lot of us in this world, not everybody may experience some form of mental health or mental, issues. However, it's kind of hard to deal with. It's a touchy subject, and we're very much aware of that. So if you know your triggers, you'll know how to handle it as you're getting your proper diagnosis to get you, on more on an even ground. And then of course, if you're dealing with some things, then you might want to take social media with a grain of salt, or even take a break from it until you get yourself together.
Wait, some people is on social media every day, all day.
Mm-hmm.
The big thing that he was saying was that the filters that's on Facebook or Instagram, I'm not really on Instagram like that, but I see people put filters on their pictures on Facebook, and I think it was you was telling me that's a Snapchat thing.
Right. Well, I think Snapchat and both Facebook.
Okay.
I probably have it. Yeah. I'm not an Instagram person, and even when I put stuff on Facebook, it's as it is.
Right.
I don't do Christmas time I may put, like a Santa Claus hat on my head, or Easter time I might put a bunny ear on, but other than that, I don't do the filters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at first I don't even know how to put filters on an actual image on Facebook.
Okay.
But for somebody for that, I think they're calling it now like what they call it, Facebook syndrome or something like that, I think it's called.
Yeah. I knew the name and can't think of it right offhand, but it is something that says pretty much that it's us trying to portray. So basically what I'm just going to use a celebrity. I see a celebrity and I have that desire to be like that celebrity. So, it's like, hey, she got the perfect smile. So I may, do something to my smile or do something to my eyes. You can make your eyes browner. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It lets you do a whole lot. It's like you're almost creating an avatar when you think about it.
I never thought of it.
Yeah, it's almost like creating an avatar because, like in Facebook as well as Instagram, a lot of those avatars, you can take your picture and it'll kind of like, and I know iPhones are good for it, it'll take your picture and it'll create you an avatar like yourself, but you're just a tad bit more perfect than the actual you.
That's cool.
It is. In perspective, it's cool.
Right. I mean, if you take it, we see our, the superstars, we see these perfect pictures. We have photographers and everything that make these photos. We got to understand that they are using software as such.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So, point in case, like if you go out, and you take a photo, there's two kinds of photos that photographers usually take. For the first one is, they usually do some kind of compressed photo so that they can get things out quickly.
Okay.
But then they move into what they call a raw photo, photo, and that's like you can do almost anything with that photo.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was because we do the whole media photography thing. There's a new piece of software that's out now, and now I use Lightroom. I don't use Photoshop that much. Lightroom kind of is what helped us alter our pictures, and I think you sat down with me and saw some of the things that we could do with the actual pictures and everything. But this new software is called AI. It's like a AI photography software.
Okay.
You can literally like slim a person's waist. Not like Facebook type filter. It's like in-depth raw footage that you can use to put into this software and alter this any photo of a person.
Right. And of course it's to my likeness, but when I get to sharing that and take that for being who I am when it's not who I am, that's where the problem comes in. Do you agree?
Right. I agree.
There's so much that can stem for this, and not to touch on it too long, but my mind is going to, like the online dating scene.
Right.
Like a lot of people say, hey, it's really her, but it was her when she was 21 years old and she's 41 now, plus X amount more pounds. And it's not that the pounds are bad. It's just that we're creating something. We're visual creatures, period. We're visual creatures. And if you show me something, it's almost like going to the lot and seeing the car you want. And then when they get to clean up and bring it up to you, and it's really like it's not even painted. It was like, oh, that was just the showroom version of it. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. That's, what I'm saying? This is really your car without paint. Right. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but yeah, we just have to be real careful with these filters, just don't let it take us to a different spot. You know what I'm saying? We just got to make sure that we're not trying too hard to be the person we're creating on social media. That's just my opinion, because at some point in time, we're going to have to go to the real world. And when I really don't have, the hair hanging down my back that I portray on that picture, or those brown eyes that I portray on that picture, or even that small waist, then we go to thinking like, I'm not worthy or I'm not beautiful. And that's what I don't like, Speaking of which, let me just say this real quick. There's this, the organization called Mental Health America. They were the one that started this Mental Health Awareness Month, and it started back in 1949. And every year when May come around, they use a different theme. This year's theme is Tools to Thrive. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what the whole conversation is all about. Make sure that if you're, and there's like, mental health can come in different forms. The most, well-known are like anxiety and depression, but there are several others. But we have to I want to make sure that I say that for those who feel like they may be dealing with a mental health issue, or they are being in the process of being diagnosed with just know that there's tools out there, and we have to be better as a people. Just because I'm not experiencing it, I got to be careful when I call you crazy, when certain things cause you to trigger.
Right.
Because that's not helping. That's why a lot of people won't go get help now, because people already say I'm crazy. But in all actuality, you just got something going on that you wasn't aware that was there, and you respond differently.
That's true, and I think you got to admit first that you have a problem. I personally look at Facebook a lot. I don't post much on Facebook, but I do look at Facebook, and see what everybody else is doing. And you can see like some people, they're just constantly posting. So they may have some kind of, some kind of issue that they just have to be accepted, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Another thing in my research when we were looking up information on mental health, there's this syndrome or this thing called FOMO, and it means FOMO, and it means the fear of missing out. And a lot of people stay on social media because they feel like, hey, when I'm sleeping at night, I'll go to the restroom, let me check and see what's on Facebook, because I may miss something, and a lot of times, again, you're home, you're asleep on a Friday night thinking there's nothing going on. Then you pick up that phone on your way to the restroom and see some friends, that may have been at a party or may have been together. And it kind of like creates this thing in our mind like I was left out. Well, you might have been left out, but you might not have known the story. Like if some of my friends saw pictures of me, although we didn't take any, I'm just saying, like last night we went to hang out with a sister who was dealing with a family situation. You know what I'm saying? So if we'd have posted pictures, my friends could have been like, oh, Jeff Cody asked me to go with her. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that type of thing. We just went to show some love to someone who was dealing with something. So just because the picture is on Facebook doesn't mean you are left out. You're still important.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sometime like, I think we're talking about it earlier that, if you don't get that feedback, then you feel that like you're not fitting in. You're not
right.
part of the team. And some people, like I'm one of the people that I just look, I just watch. I may not give you a thumbs up or I may not give you whatever, but I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that. But I'm also one of the people like, man, only 10 people like that photo, or that kind of thing. Like, why we only have like 25 people looking at this? I thought we were family. I thought they were supporting us, and that kind of thing. But you just gotta. I think you just have to feel good about yourself.
Right.
If you enjoy doing what you are doing, then it is what it is. Just have fun at it. As your dad said, it takes forever to get to 21. But I woke up one day and I was 47.
Right.
Life is too short.
It is.
Life is too short. So just enjoy it day by day and understand, some of the things that we get in, that we have as professionals that may not be available to the consumer. Nowadays, the professional stuff, the consumer can reach up and grab some of the professional stuff. Like, something as simple as this microphone. I was watching a show coming in. I was listening to the whole thing with the rap music and all that, and Nipsey Hussle was using this microphone. Before, consumers couldn't reach up and get this kind of microphone. That's Nipsey Hussle or Dr. Dre or Michael Jackson or anybody's using, or or Joe Rogan or anybody like that. Now we can reach up and get the same equipment that those
right.
professionals have. So because we can reach up and get that equipment, and these companies has decided that, listen, I'm going to make what we call back in the day shareware. I'm going to make a consumer version that don't have all the bells and whistles as the actual professional software or professional equipment. Then these guys, these creative individuals are creating these images or these ideas that, hey, this is great, this is not great, this is great. Point in case, if you are an African American female, you're supposed to have a big booty. So right. People spend money on getting a big booty, getting a big chest. It's crazy, but there's software out there that can help you make that person look like you want them to look.
Right. And we always like what they make us look like, but just know that it's a portrait. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, but the thing about it is we have to be so accepting of it that, they'd be like, I can see that's you, but oh, he's good. Or, oh, he did a good job. You don't want to blemish someone's feelings. So that's why I say we have to just know that whatever they do to us in the photo, whatever they do or we do with the filters, we can look at ourselves and say, oh, I'm cute. But I'm also cute when I go by my bathroom mirror, to wash my hands or to brush my teeth, because I'm not that same person in that picture.
Right.
And that's where my heart lies, in you who are dealing with mental health issues, just knowing that it's okay. And regardless, God love all the little children, and I love you too. But just take care of yourselves. Don't let these people with these filters and these extra pictures and these good cameras fool you. Trust me. Just take care of yourself.
I want to extend that, to the music as well. Before, again, we couldn't reach up and get some of the stuff that some of these professionals have. And believe me, guys, there's like consumer stuff, and then there's prosumer stuff, and then there's the experts. We still can't reach up and get what Sony has in Sony Studio, because I'm not gonna spend $15,000 on a microphone. I'm not gonna spend $30,000 to get a room treated, that kind of thing. I'm just not gonna do that. But there's things that you can buy to make things sound different. I didn't know about plugins. And when we edit audio, guys, here at Always Accurate Media Group, we use a piece of software called Adobe Audition. Well, you can buy additional plugins to make your voice sound like you want it to sound. So I think the big thing was it Milli Vanilli? Is that what it was?
Right.
But when you think back to how they were making these people sound, or lip syncing or whatever, you can create any voice you want to if you're creative. So
you got me thinking about Milli Vanilli. What was the song? Blame It on the Rain?
oh, I don't know.
Or was it Lean on Me? I can't remember. When you said it, I was like, yeah, lip sync, and they were faking it.
Right. But you can get in the studio, and if you got a guy that's good with the software, he can make you sound like how he wants you to sound. And if you're smart nowadays, you can stream your music and never have to do a concert.
Right.
That's the crazy thing. But guys, I think what we want to bring to the table in this little talk is that be aware. First of all, believe in yourself. But be aware of the equipment that some professionals have at their disposal to make the product that they're producing. We're recording now with a camera, and this camera is nothing compared to what they have at like Sony, or it's not a Red camera, it's not anything like that. It's a Canon camera, but just be aware what these guys have and how they can manipulate things. Now here's another one that I didn't think about. After Effects. There's a piece of software called After Effects. So you see like planes flying into buildings and all kind of stuff like that, or people's face being ripped off. You wonder how they do it. There's a piece of software called After Effects. Mm-hmm. And After Effects, if you're good with it, you can peel people's face back. You can take off people's arms and all kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's an amazing piece of software. Now you need a super powerful computer to run this piece of software, but we have that piece of software in our disposal. So I may play around with it a little bit later on, but right now it's not something I want to do because I have to build another computer.
Just don't rip my face off.
Well, I mean, depending on how you use it, it can be interesting. It can be an interesting thing.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I just want to make sure that we are, the audience we reach with this particular topic, that they are really feeling, as if we are here to definitely give some insight. We're not saying don't go to social media. We're not saying, ban social media. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? Just realize that there's a correlation between this particular issue, mental health, and social media. Just so we know your triggers. Some new triggers come up daily, and social media could be one at some time.
Yeah. Pretty good. I appreciate everybody from that listens to us. If you haven't listened to us, we're on Buzzsprout. We're looking to go to Apple. Is it iTunes?
I'm not an Apple person.
I'm not an Apple person either. Spotify. We're trying to upload the podcast to all these different platforms. So, check us out. If you're watching us on YouTube and you don't want to watch the video, you want to just listen to the audio, Accurate Opinions Podcast at Buzzsprout. That's where we're located.
I know I'm new to Buzzsprout. Can you it's Buzz, right?
Yes,
Buzz. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
just want to be sure.
I actually, when I go to work, sometime I'll take a podcast like the Mother's Day podcast, and I'll just listen to it. It's actually pretty cool to just turn it on, and you can just do what you do and just listen to the podcast.
Right.
So
that was always a fun one to me. Just hearing the parents be kind of uptight, not knowing what to expect.
Right.
Right. So it was one of our first ones. Well, not first one with them, and they were nervous, and they made me nervous.
They did a good job.
Hi, they Mom. Did a great job. Hey, Mama. Hey, Miss Pearl.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So our hearts and minds are clear.
Oh, we're good to go.
Good. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. And again, you can also listen to us on buzzsprout.com.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure I said that right. And also check out our website, alwaysaccuratemediagroup.com. And while you're there, you can check out some of our photography, videography, and smart home offerings. And if you're led to do so while you're there, there is an option to donate at the bottom of the page. If you have any other questions, feel free to email us at the address listed below. You guys take care of yourselves and each other. We love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.